Hello and welcome back here. Zack Snyder has finally given an explanation for his decision to include Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice in the DCEU rather than a traditional sequel Man of Steel 2. Snyder was a key figure in the DCEU prior to its dissolution. In addition to producing Wonder Woman and Aquaman, he directed all of the DCEU films starring Superman and Batman. The unanimity around Batman v Superman, which came out right after the generally positive Man of Steel rather than Man of Steel 2, ultimately tainted his reign. Snyder explained his decision in an interview with GQ, stating that he was unable to postpone seeing what Batman's reaction to the events of Man of Steel would have been. This also clarifies why a standalone DCEU Batman film was not included in the Justice League films. It would have needed to be a prequel or take place during the Man of Steel events. Rather, Man of Steel 2 and a Batman standalone were supposed to come after Justice League. He said, "Once you talk about the fact that Bruce Wayne exists in the same world as Superman, right? Then you are into a Batman concept. You have to finish that thought. Now Man of Steel 2, if you were to make it, with Brainiac or whatever you're gonna do, which it certainly could have been, and maybe that's it, you hold it off for a movie, and that's possible. I just felt like I needed to know what Bruce's take on this was, like Bruce's take on the near destruction of the world. And it really depends on how important you think Batman is in the Trinity." Snyder doesn't go so far as to say that this was always the intention, but it does provide some credence to rumors that Stephen Knight, the man behind Peaky Blinders, was writing a script in which Brainiac would have been the major antagonist facing Superman. Snyder's remarks addressed an important aspect of Man of Steel 2's storyline, since insiders allegedly disclosed that Brainiac was supposed to be the antagonist. Snyder doesn't go so far as to say that this was always the intention, but it does provide some credence to rumors that Stephen Knight, the man behind Peaky Blinders, was writing a script in which Brainiac would have been the major antagonist facing Superman. The fact that this would have been the villain's first live-action film role made it a very intriguing direction for the DCEU to go. Brainiac is one of Superman's most iconic villains from DC Comics, yet has only been adapted into live action in Smallville, Supergirl and Krypton. This could be the case since Brainiac is a villain whose main strategy is to absorb all of the information in the universe while constricting cities to fit inside of bottles. It is impossible to imagine Brainiac functioning well in a realistic live-action rendition. Sadly, it will never be known if this somewhat off-kilter motivation would have worked in the DCEU, which at the time of The Flash's premiere was looking much more whimsical. Around the time the DCU pushed its way into the picture, Man of Steel 2 started filming in earnest, thus killing off any more DCEU projects. Before announcing his departure a few days later, Henry Cavill had even hinted at his comeback to a solo project following his Black Adam appearance. It's unclear if Cavill will return to the DCU as a new character now that David Corenswet is playing Superman in 2025, but the DCU already seems like a great place for Brainiac to make his big screen debut. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.